my god. So there are a lot of books that I wish I would have read in 2019. The main reason is because a lot of these books were very, very popular in 2019. These were the ones that kind of took the book community by storm. Everybody was making videos about them and everything, and I kind of missed out on the hype a little bit with those. So these are the books that I wish I would have read in 2019. The first book is Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. Everybody loves this book, from what I can tell. So many people love this, and there was so much hype, and it's kind of died down a little bit, and I don't really feel as much pressure to read this one as I have with the other ones, just because I feel this is going to be one of those books that people are going to continue to talk about into 2020, but I really just wish I would have read it in 2019 so I could have been part of the hype while it was happening. Enchanted Libraries, all of the really goodness, and so many people were just falling in love with this book all over the place, and I want to fall in love with it too. So I will be reading this in 2020, but I just wish I would have read it in 2019. Another book that I really, really wish I would have read in 2019 is War Girls, and the main reason I really wish, this is a science fiction YA book with black women, beautiful black women in this, and it's by Tochi Oyerbuchi. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. But this is supposed to be about girls that are kind of cyborgish, and they have limbs that are mechanical, and they're war girls. And so I read the beginning of this on Goodreads, and I fell in love with it. And the main reason why I wish I would have read this in 2019 is this wasn't the most hype book in 2019, but from what I read on Goodreads, this book is going to be amazing, incredible, because already from the first couple chapters that I read from Goodreads, I was completely enamored with your writing style and the world and everything about it, and it just sounds so brilliant. So another book that I wish I would have read in 2019 is Slay, and this is by Brittany Morris, and it's all about this girl who kind of creates this online MMORPG. And she kind of exists in this, and I guess some really bad stuff happens, and the cops end up kind of looking at this game as being responsible for it, and she has to go into the game and try to figure out what happened and who is responsible for these crimes that are being committed. This is another one that wasn't abundantly hyped up in 2019, but I know this deserves such an honorable mention because I've heard so many wonderful things about this as well. There was a lot of promotions done for this particular book, and it just sounds so good, and I'm really sad that I didn't get a chance to read it, but I'm hoping that I will get around to it in 2019 or 2020 because I think it's going to be amazing. Another book that was really, really, really hyped up in 2019 that I'm really bummed that I did not get to. It kind of makes me sad that I was not able to get to this one because so many people, there was so much controversy, some people really loved it, some people really hated it, and it was just back and forth, and it's I wanted to pick a side. I wanted to know if I loved it, so I really wish I would have read The Wicked Fox by Cat Cho, because this is about a girl, I believe it's a nine-tailed fox, and it's supposed to be a YA fantasy, Asian fantasy. It sounds really good, and I really love the idea of a nine-tailed fox girl. I believe it's a fox girl, and I don't know, this just got a lot of hype, and I just wanted to know what side of the fence I fell on. Another book that I really, 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 really am sad that I did not get to in 2019 is Criers War by Nina Varela. This is another female science fiction YA book that is supposed to be just absolutely amazing, and there was so much hype regarding around this too. Like I said, I picked a lot of 2019 books that were really, really hyped out. I kind of feel I missed a little bit on the hype train, and I wanted to be so much a part of that hype train because sometimes it's just fun to see so many people talk about a book that you've already read before. So I'm really kind of sad that I did not get to this. I'm hoping that this is another one that I'm hopefully will end up getting to in 2020, but we'll see. Another book that was really, really hyped up in 2019 that I really wanted to get to is Gideon the Ninth by Tasmin Murr. This is another female fantasy with necromancers, and I don't get a chance to read a lot about necromancers, and I love reading about necromancers. I think they're just such a fascinating character set that I'm so sad that I did not get to this because I wanted to experience all the necromancy and all the female love and just so much fun. Help me. There's so many books, guys. I'm drowning in books to read. I'm not saying like that's a bad thing or anything, but like there's just so much good stuff out there that I haven't gotten a chance to read yet. It's like, can somebody pay me to read full time? Like, please? And the last book that I picked for this is House of Salt and Sorrow by Erin A. Craig. This is another one. I've heard this very dark, and it's about, I believe it's like a retelling of the Seven Sisters, I think it was. And I've heard just so amazing things about this, and so many people read this, and I missed out on the hype train as well, but it just sounds 12 Dancing Princesses. That's it. That's what they were talking about. So it's once there were 12 of us, and I guess like these girls keep disappearing. It's just very dark. So I'm really bummed like that I didn't get a chance to read this sooner too, because hype and darkness and everything, and I thrive like off dark books. I love the darkness in a lot of books, especially if it's done very well, and I've heard that this book is done very well. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys like this video. If you guys like this video, hit the like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon if you guys want to receive emails every single time I post. It really helps me out if you guys could do that for me. Also, my Instagram, Twitter, Amazon, and Goodreads, those links are linked in the description below, and I will see you guys again very soon.